Hey, guys. It is Altavice Pelzer, the voice coach, coming to you with another episode of the Speak Easy podcast, where we go behind the scenes telling you what it means to be the successfully paid speaker or author. And with that being said, guys, today I wanted to come to you with a quick message. You know, as a speaker and as an author, when you go to an event, when you go to do a training, when you go to do a seminar, a summit, any number of things, what is your intent and what is your expectation? I know a lot of times as authors and speakers, our expectation is just to make money. Our expectation is to sell books, sell our programs, our services. And a lot of times we can be so focused on that we miss the really important stuff like making an impact. We miss walking away with some significant new relationships. We miss being present in the moment. And interestingly enough, I think part of the reason that happens is as entrepreneurs, the entrepreneur side of speaking and writing and publishing books is that we're kind of being reactive to everything. So we don't really have a clear set out plan and agenda on our budget or on how we're going to gain revenue, on multiple streams of revenue. And so here we are stuck in this space, in this kind of like space of I'm showing up for them to gimme, and then I'm not really present in the moment. Now, when I say being present in the moment, as a speaker, as an author, being present in the moment means I know how to adjust when it comes to my audience. I was just working on a book called Wipe Your Feet, and the book was talking about, it was giving some tips and resources for speakers and guests, podcast guests, any type of guests, on showing up as if you have an expectation of really wanting to be there and wanting to gain something significant from the experience. And I did a survey and man, if you could hear the responses I got back from people on some of their pet peeves when it comes to speakers or people coming onto their podcasts, it was literally some things that I had been looking at myself and working on both sides of this fence. Now, I've been the event coordinator, I've been the MC and the host, and I've also been the speaker. And working from all different angles has given me an opportunity to understand that things happen. I am very empathetic to situations not always going as planned, and allows me to better adjust when I'm in the moment. But somebody who has not dealt with one side as opposed to the other, then they tend to be very judgmental about what's going on. They don't really show up with an expectation, and they're not fully showing up. What time are you getting to the event? Are you taking time out to actually connect with the audience? If the audience is not literally engaged with the topic and discussion you're having, do you know how to adjust to fit your audience need? These are just a few questions that I teach clients to be able to, get into the habit of asking yourself. Again, if this is going to be your profession, then wouldn't you want to be the best at it? Like, I don't understand why you would come in wanting to be anything less than the MVP of speakers when you show up. I don't think or understand how you would want to come in and be anything less than the MVP of authors that are coming into this platform and into this space. And the way that you do that, for one, is showing up with a heart of service. I've seen so many people just show up ready to give. Hey, how can I help you in whatever way? What is it that I can do for you? Last night, I did a training, and the training was for not even my specific target audience. It was actually for a good girlfriend of mine. She has a community. Well, she has clients that she works with, and she has about maybe 60 clients or so. And so I did a special training for them on finding their voice in live streaming. And when I showed up in service. One of the things that I did was I offered them an opportunity to have their voice heard. No strings attached. They just had to answer a question, send me a couple of links, and boom, they're a part of this experience. It blew their minds. Why? Because most times when someone comes into an event or a space, they want to just sell you. They want you to buy their products and services. They want you to buy their books. And granted, none of us want to be a broke entrepreneur, broke speaker, author, chef. Listen, donuts are good, but donuts are not as good as donuts that somebody has bought from you, that you have actually been able to sell. Donuts just sitting in your kitchen mean absolutely nothing. So we have to have that understanding. What are we really doing when we show up for these events? What are we really doing when we're showing up to do these trainings? And I get it. Things happen. We may have had a bad morning. There's something going on with the kids, the spouse, the house, the bills, the dog, the cat. I get it. I have a guinea pig who is temperamental. And at the moment, you may not hear her at her water bottle. But at any given moment, while I'm recording, she'll go to the water bottle and she's loud. But guys, it is what it is. That's life. So we have to learn how to adjust in order for us to show up with that intent and that expectation that we are making an impact in the lives of someone that's there. Even if I change the life of one person, even if I impact just one person's life, I've done something more than what most people in the world have done. So my challenge to you is the next time you say yes to that opportunity, really sit down and think about what is your intent for the speakers? What is your intent for this opportunity? And then what's your expectation? When you walk away, how do you want to feel? What kind of conversations do you want being had about you when you leave the room? That's another thing that I talked about in the book is that what are people saying when you leave the room? That's valuable. There's sometimes that they may be wrong, but guys, there's sometimes that they're right. And we have to really take into consideration in those moments when they're right, and we need to shift something within ourselves so that way we can show up at our greatest capacity. So guys, listen, it's time to change and shift for this next season. What is it that you want to do? How do you want to show up? What is your intent and your expectation for the event you're showing up at? This is Alex Wiespelzer, the voice coach. Let us know how this particular episode resonated with you by leaving me a review over on Apple Podcasts at bit.ly/Speakeasy Podcast Show, all lowercase. And if you are interested in being a guest on the show, come on and join us. bit.ly/Speakeasy Podcast. Guys, we will be doing a meetup and a live recording of the Speakeasy Podcast Show December 14th. We will be in Philly, where I am from. Ooh, we will be in the Philadelphia area. I'm super excited. I have some special guests that will be on the platform with me. So you definitely are going to want to tune in. I don't know if we're going to do it live just yet, but it's going to be some ice and some sauce and some juice that's going to be shared in that particular episode or episodes, because we may do more than one. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. And until next time, don't forget to press it out. See ya.